JustHitSquare here. Today I'll be going over my skill build. Mind you that this skill build is straight damage. There will not be a support station healing any of my teammates. This is pretty much a solo act, but I do run in teams with it, and I do have talents that will help me help my team when they're down or if they've got low health. And let's get into it. My abilities is booster shot. I run that on every build that I have. I just think it's too good. As you can see, you can look at my stats on it. As far as my skill power in the top right, you can see. Then I run Seeker Mind with the cluster on it. Now this is an NPC damage, and this is with 4 performance mods at 4% Seeker Mind damage on my gear. That equals out to 95,903 hit points. Now this is on an NPC. Now you could have a crit that could make it better, higher, and plus you got a bleed coming off of it. Now this is not for the DZ as far as the PvP aspect. But mind you, if you do go up against one person or possibly even two, you can floor them with one of these balls coming after them. It's a pretty potent ball. Now, other than that, we'll go over to talents, and you can see I do have Adrenaline, Battle Buddy, Combat Medic, and Chain Reaction. Now, this is the way I run my skill build. Now, by no means do you have to run yours like mine. This is strictly for the damage, and it does a little healing on your people that you do run with, like your partners that you run with, people, and all this good stuff. Now, the talents is based on my skills and what I'm trying to accomplish with this skill build. So, this is what I run. Now, let's go into the inventory. And first, we're going to actually go over to character, and I'm going to show you my health. And my health is 151,763, and my armor mitigates is 56.7%. 56%, getting to that is a milestone in itself. Now, that's getting pretty good pieces of gear. But mind you, in 1.6, this probably is not going to be as good as it should be, or it is now. They're going to actually do things with the armor, so that's not going to be as important anymore. Now, let's go back. I do run with a lightweight M4 on my skill build only. Now, I do not run with a lightweight M4 on any of my other builds, and I do have several. Now, I don't really got an explanation why I run it, other than I just can't get a good G36 for it. As far as I could use the one off of my gold build, but I just, changing in and out of guns and stuff like that. I just try to set with a certain gun and get used to that for the build that I'm on. Now you can see it's a 14.4k a bullet, 18% enemy armor damage, which is low. But you can also see I'm not going to go across all my mods on my guns this time around because this is based upon skill. This is what my build is about, not my guns. But I am going to show you my primary, which I use 98% of the time on this skill build if I'm going to use any of them, because I don't use the secondary at all much. It's just there. But I do use competent because I want some kind of increase of damage output on my gun. And I can only have the free slot unlocked because I don't got enough in each of the firearms and stamina and all this in order to unlock more talents. Which the game is kind of unbalanced. They need to be more talents to be able to be unlocked for the skill builds than they are. Now, we'll go over to my gear. I do run Vigorous, not Bear's Chest Piece, but Vigorous for my skill build, and it's because I can get my heals back quick. And with Vigorous, it grants overheal to all healing skills. So I run boosters, so I'm getting damage decrease, damage increase, and an overheal on top of all this with this. So I feel like this is good considering how fast my skills come back, and I can use it more often. So anyways, I'll scroll down and let you see the armor and all this. Pause at any point in time that you think you need to see. Alright, we'll go over to my mask, which I run for Tactician to get my skill power the way it is. As you can tell, I do love Tactician gear. I think it's the best set for the skill build just because, it runs up your skill, the more damage output from your teammates and things like that. And just know that the more skill you have, the faster your skills will cool down. Now, the specialized backpack right here, gain that little extra of skill power. And know that with this gear set, you will not be pushing damage for your gun. It's only going to be from your skills. But I'm not just going to be a liability like some people are. That is my build. Why I'm saying about liability is the simple fact that there are some skill builds out there that are selfish. They have over 300,000 skill power, but they have no toughness. Therefore, they get inside with a team and they are a liability. You're having to pick them up a lot. It doesn't matter how potent that skill is that you push out as far as damage, because most of these skill builds are wanting to damage. They're not wanting to heal. I can understand if you throw down a support station and you're constantly healing a support role, go for all the skill power in the world. That way you can keep your team up a lot more. But when you embed your skill power to 330 to 50,000, but your toughness is like 200,000, you're you're wasting your time on the skill build, because that is not, in my opinion, a way to be. Now, some people's going to disagree, but your liability. That is exactly the way I feel about it. Now, that is just my opinion, but this is my skill build. I do appreciate you guys watching. Please like, subscribe, leave a comment, whatever you feel like I deserve. This is Just Hit Square, and have a great day.